Welcome to The American Dream, a show that started right here in San Diego, America's finest city, that now spans positive media all across the country, real stories in real neighborhoods. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and here's The American Dream. Welcome to The American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise, luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. The opportunity to achieve our biggest goals and aspirations.
It's the American Dream.
Welcome to Noblesville. This thriving suburb straight north of Indianapolis and smack dab in the heart of Hamilton County offers something for everyone. From a thriving downtown square peppered with local boutiques, restaurants, and historic homes, today I'm going to introduce you to a local European-style craft brewery here in the historic downtown district. This is Andy Liechty, your host for American Dream TV's Selling Indianapolis. Let's go check it out. Hey Tim, how you doing?
Good, Andy, how you doing?
Good. Nathan, hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Welcome.
So talk to me about how you guys got into this.
My wife's parents for Christmas one year got me a little like home brewing starting kit along with a recipe kit. I had the stuff, so I went ahead and threw it together and tried to make this real basic homebrew recipe. And I always think if I could go back and try it now, I'd think it was terrible. But at the time, I thought it was kind of okay. You know, it kind of just opened a door that, and this is going back like, 20 years for me now.
Okay. Tim, I know similar angle, right? But a little bit different, right?
I got into it. I was kind of looking for a different hobby. Of course, I love beer, but I was like, I want to try and make this. And so I bought some equipment, bought a starter kit, and for all you out there, I literally burned my first batch of beer to the bottom of the kettle. And after that, it just kind of grew from there, and passion grew, and I fell in love with the art behind it and the science behind it.
So there's a lot of guys or girls that they're at home and they home brew, right? So talk to me about kind of what led to that.
The first time was Tim approaching me about like, hey, what would you think about this? I really want to do it. And my initial response was, no, there's too many breweries. But as time went on and we talked about it more and more, I started to get to the point where I felt like what we do here and what we focus on, that there was an unfilled void in the craft beer community where you had people, pushing the limits of alcohol and hops and everything like that, and a place that was more going to focus on just classic, great, easy drinking beer that like was kind of a little bit of an underserved market. And I kind of thought, you know what, we can do this.
If you had to say generally which one's your most popular, even if it's not one of these four, or maybe it is, I don't know, what would you say if you had to say one right now?
I mean, if we're talking about pure sales data, there are some that are close, but we have a beer called the Maxwell IPA. We have one IPA that's a little unusual for a craft brewery. A lot of craft breweries focus on having a number of different types of IPAs. We tried to craft an IPA that's a blend of American and German hops. It's kind of got a little bit of the flavor of this traditional European ingredients, but also having a little bit of American flair to it. So that's our number one bestseller.
You guys kind of do some special offerings for maybe different days of the week or some things they have going on. Talk to us about that a little bit.
Yeah, so on Tuesdays we do food and drink specials. So we have a like a pretzel and pint for $10 or a sandwich and pint of your choice for $13. We do also offer food here. We are family friendly as well. On Wednesday nights we do trivia. We have live trivia that's very popular. On Thursday nights we are starting a new series a couple weeks a month. That's an open mic night. Fridays and Saturdays, we focus on being a live music venue.
It's just really a great place. I just commend you guys for what you're doing, and it's just exciting to just enjoy these beers and just have a chat with you.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I sure do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining me for a drink and a chat today at Primeval Brewery here in downtown Noblesville. If you enjoy stimulating conversation and inviting ambiance and unique local craft beers, you're gonna wanna put this tap room on your to-do list. For ADTV Selling Indianapolis, this is your host, Andy Liechty. Can't wait for you to join me on our next episode.
In beautiful downtown Zionsville today, a small town and a big city. If you want that small town charm with the cobbled streets, this is your perfect place to be. In 2019, this was ranked one of the best places to live, and I can see why. Today, we're gonna go to Rush on Main, a local restaurant. There's many local restaurants and shops and everything along this strip right here. And then after that, we're gonna go to a custom built home that is just beautiful. I'm Jocelyn Deal, your host for today for American Dream TV. So we're here with Jeff Cipiol of Rush on Main in downtown Zionsville, right on Main Street. Jeff, you've had this place for 8 years and you've had your one in Brownsburg for 5 years.
Yep.
So tell me, why Zionsville? I know you live here as well. So why did you choose to live here and to put your establishment here?
Well, we chose to live here because we heard so much about it. We had never been to Zionsville. So when we moved back to Indiana, this was one of the few spots we wanted to look at. The school systems are great.
Yes.
The people are great.
Okay, so what type of food should I be getting here today?
Well, you should always get an Italian beef sandwich.
Okay.
I feel like we have the best you'll ever have. The smash burgers that we do, we sell a ton of. And of course, Vienna beef dog.
And if somebody is brand new here to Zionsville, why should they come to Rush on Main?
Well, we give a little bit of everything. So we have families, we're kid friendly, and the kids love it. We have a free video game on that side of the restaurant. We don't mind if you're loud, we don't mind if you're quiet. We also will allow parents to sit at one table and have their kids sit at another so they can have a little alone time. We also are a nightlife place here. We have live music pretty often, we have karaoke.
I know that your wall is pretty popular. So can you explain a little bit about this chalk wall that we have right behind us here and the story behind that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we saw it at a bar in Chicago years and years ago. A guest can come in and buy a drink for a friend of theirs, and we'll go ahead and ring it in and you pay for it, and then we'll put your name of who it's from and where it's going and what drink you bought. And then that person can come in and redeem it.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for having us today, and I can't wait to eat some of the food and try it out.
Thank you for being here.
So we were just at downtown Zionsville and Main Street, and now we're here at a local custom build community, Oldfield. I'm here with Lana Williams. She's an interior designer with Copper Creek Canyon, and she is the one who designed this beautiful home that we are about ready to see. I cannot wait for her to show us some of her design elements and the thought process behind all of that. So Lana, you ready to show us around a little bit?
Yeah, great, welcome.
Okay, come on in. So Lana, you've been doing this for 25 years. Tell me what goes into designing a home of this magnitude?
Well, from the start, we took 3 years to design this home. You start on paper, and then the architect and the builder and I and the homeowners all meet several times and go through the process and get everything finalized on paper before we start the build.
Okay, and then as far as like putting in some of their specific design elements that they would like to do, tell me a little bit about what that looks like, what that process is like.
Well, for this particular client, they insisted upon having an entertainment area that's built in, as you can see here. This is a very special feature. I don't think I've seen this in another home. We also have an enclosed wine room. Once we have the granite picked out, then we go through and we design pieces like that. So we build upon the elements that we need in the home. We make sure that we have all the different elements to make it. And I wanted to show you the primary bath. What we did with this and the design was custom Naughty Alder cabinets by B&L, also the nice chrome hardware. We featured a tower so that they had a spot for their TV. That was a must for the client. We also put in the ARCed custom-made LED mirrors, which turned out fabulous.
Well, very good. Well, thank you so much for letting us have an inside look into your brain, your design brain, and to see it actually come to fruition and allowing us to see the beautiful aspects of this home. So today we walked along the cobbled streets of downtown Zionsville on Main Street. We went to Rush on Main, had some yummy food, and met with Jeff Sepiel. And then after that, we went to a custom-built home in a beautiful community just west of downtown Zionsville. I'm Jocelyn Deal with Elite Icon Team and eXp Realty, and I am your host for today's segment. Thanks so much. Hi, we're back on American Dream TV. I'm your host, Kate Benson with Luxury Indy Home, brokered by Keller Williams Luxury Realty. Today, we have the pleasure to be here with Patrick Feltz, who is the general manager of Holliday Farms. So Patrick, if there was one thing that you would want the community of Zionsville to know about Holliday Farms, what would that be?
Sure, the same thing we tell all our prospective members and anyone looking to buy a house here is that our tagline is be part of something extraordinary. We feel, being a couple years into the club experience and 6 months since the clubhouse is open, we're already starting to build those long-lasting memories and joining a community, joining a lifestyle, and more importantly, you're going to have experiences for years to come. So here at Holliday Farms, we're on 600 acres in the heart of Zionsville. This land was originally owned by the Holliday Rogers family. Legendary golf course architect Pete Dye was actually able to see this land in the early 1990s. His wife, Alice Dye, was actually related to the Holliday Rogers family and brought him out here. When he saw this land, he saw all this topography, these beautiful trees, the creeks, and everything this land has to offer, and he said, I'm going to build a golf course there. Sure enough, a little over 20 years later, he partnered with Steve Hinkey and Hinkey Development Group. They had had success when they built Chatham Hills and the Bridgewater Club. They built another beautiful golf course here, and that golf course, we're proud to say, was actually rated the #1 residential golf course in the state of Indiana by USA Today this year.
Congratulations.
Yes.
We've been at Bridgewater, we've been at Chatham Hills, and we know that Holliday Farms has been the fastest growing community that Hankey has done. And so why do you think that is?
Well, as you kind of mentioned, we came from 2 other clubs. So the Bridgewater and Chatham Hills obviously gave us an amazing blueprint that has shown us how to make this place successful. But additionally, when you have a beautiful golf course and you have these beautiful homes, you have to bring it all together with a building like this. 80,000 square feet of every amenity you could ever want. We have dining outlets, we have multiple fitness areas. We just have a beautiful place that our members love and love to cherish.
It is beautiful. So we're here with Claire Moore at Holliday Farms. She is the Special Events Director. And Claire, can you tell us a little bit about some of the event space that you have here?
Yeah, so obviously we have an 80,000 square foot building, and it's our job to bring the color and life into the building. We have a variety of event spaces, from small private meeting rooms to the large ballroom that can seat up to 300 people for bigger events like weddings and retirement parties or things like that. So yeah, we have a lot of different spaces.
I know you've only been open just a short time, but tell me about some of the events you've done so far.
Yeah, so since it has been a little short time, we've still been able to do a lot. We've done your typical Halloween and Christmas, but also some different things like piano bar night and daddy-daughter dance. We've also done littler things like mixology classes and things like that. So it's been really fun so far.
I'm sure you have some upcoming events that you're very excited about. So what do you have upcoming?
Obviously, Mother's Day and Easter, 4th of July, we didn't get to do that stuff last year. So I'm really excited to get started on that. But we also have things like Kentucky Derby Day and hopefully a par 3 competition during the Masters Week, kind of Masters themed. So all kinds of different things, really just trying new and exciting things that you can't get anywhere else.
I love that. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Hi, so we're back in the fitness center here at Holliday Farms with the Fitness and Recreation Director, Sam Lee. And can you tell us a little bit about the fitness center?
Yeah, so right now we're in the spin room. We offer cycle classes here. It's one of our 25 to 30 classes that we offer a week. Here at Holliday Farms, classes are Monday through Saturday. We've got our bowling leagues, we've got adult swim club, we've got pickleball socials, and our group fitness classes. And we're super excited to have everybody involved in all those activities.
So you talked about all of the fitness center offerings that you have for adults. Do you have anything for kids?
So we've got stuff for the whole family. So we have a youth ballet class that is super popular. We've done youth triathlons. We've got a swim team that is also extremely popular. Then on Sundays, we inflate the bounce house and invite all the families out for a little Sunday fun day.
And then what events do you have that are upcoming that you're excited about?
So I'm super excited for our outside areas to be done. So we've got 3 outdoor swimming pools, and then our tennis and pickleball facility will be finishing up as well. We're gonna have 11 pickleball courts and 5 tennis courts, and I'm super excited for those to be done.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah,
Sam.
thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Erika Weaver, your host with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. Welcome back to the American Dream Selling Chicago. And we're here at 5065 East Sleepy Hollow in Earlville. Sits on 40 acres of land, has a beautiful creek. It's beautiful here. Let's explore. Just look at the amazing space that this home has to offer. 4,500 square feet, loads of space. 6 beds, 3.1 baths. It's amazing. Look at the open kitchen, commercial appliances, and let's not forget about the primary living space. It's beautiful. It presents natural lighting. Who wouldn't want their family to come here? And this is just the first floor. Let's check upstairs. And now we're on the second floor. 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and guess what guys? A bonus room. We have a craft room on this floor as well. This home is amazing. Now we're headed to Yorkville. We're going to the vault. Let's go, guys. Hey guys, we're here at the vault here in Yorkville. We have the owners here, Mike and Denise. Tell me about the place.
Well, it started almost a little over a year ago. We decided that we wanted to be downtown. We had an opportunity to bring something new to Yorkville. We're super excited about it. It's kind of it's been a labor of love for us, actually. We are known for our meatballs. They're fantastic. They're in a house-made marinara. It's one of my recipes. We have a chicken marsala dish, which I absolutely love. Marsala is close to my heart. We put a little twist on it because we add some cream to it. We have a couple of great sandwiches, and a prime rib sandwich that has a homemade horseradish sauce on it and things like that. So
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
So tell me about the vault.
So when we first purchased this place, with the whole location, everything was chipped down to the studs. We started digging, and down below in the basement, this building's been here since the 1800s. There was a couple hidden vaults in the basement.
Wow.
So we were trying to figure out what to name this, what are we gonna name it? We had a million names for it, and the vault just kind of stuck. So there was a vault in it used to be an old bank.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it used to be an old bank, so that's why those were in there. So we just thought, okay, what better to do than to call it the vault? So if you look, we put in a window.
So you can see the vault.
And you can walk on it. Everyone's a little afraid to walk on it, but believe me, it's safe.
That's
it's
pretty
safe.
cool.
It's safe, yeah. So we do have 2 other locations in the Yorkville area. We have our first one is Mike and Denise's Pizzeria and Pub. It's about 2 miles down the road. And we also have the Bristol Tap, which is in Bristol, Illinois. That is an iconic burger place. It's been around forever. Now we have the Vault. So that's 3 within a couple mile radius.
Oh, look at the food. Here it comes.
They come in the other road.
Well, I can't wait to try this. Thank you again, Mike and Denise, for having us. And thanks for coming to American Dream Selling Chicago. I'm your host, Erika Weaver. Until next time.
Alexa Wagner, your host of The American Dream. Today I'm in Plainfield, Illinois, and I'm thrilled to shed light on two family-owned, multi-generational businesses that have stood the test of time. Let's check them out. So, Christina, I'm so excited to be here today. I know I've been here several times before because I watched this whole place get built. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And we just wanted to make sure that everybody got a chance to see this amazing place and hear all about how it came to be. I love this entrance because you get to see all the new cars.
Well, not everything in here is new, Alexa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, come on, let me show you.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go. So you're talking about this old thing?
Yep, I know it might look a little familiar. I know you have a beautiful blue Bronco yourself.
Yes, I copied you.
This is my baby. This is a 1974 Ford Bronco.
Christina's going to tell us a little bit about the history since this is a multi-generational, third-generation business.
My grandfather opened the store in 1963, and we are now 3 generations later, 60 years later, still here, and not only 3 generations, but our 3rd building, which has been absolutely phenomenal. And I can't thank the people that we've worked with, our customers, everybody enough for helping us get to where we are today.
You know, we've talked a little bit about the past, and you can see the present. And for the future of Rod Baker Ford in particular, I know you have ideas of how to kind of blend the history of your dealership and all of the vehicles with the city of Plainfield, and tell us about that.
One thing we are big on here is the history of our community and the history of the dealership. The dealership's part of the history of this town. So we absolutely love to showcase that, and that's one thing I'm excited to tackle this year, is adding some of that history of our town into our accessorized vehicle showroom and really let people see the history of Plainfield and how it's evolved over the years.
Well, thank you, Christina, for having us today at this fabulous new dealership. And one of the things we didn't cover is that on Saturdays, Christina is so generous and provides lunch for all of the employees from the Doggy Diner, which is just down the street. And it's our next stop today. Come with us, check it out. From one multi-generational family-owned business to the next, now we're down here at the Doggy Diner, and we are lucky that the owner, Christy Nolan Fraga, is here with us. Explain to me how that all kind of got started.
My mom bought the place from some Greek families that owned it, and she kind of took over and brought her kids right in. We went to school right down the street. So she said, kids got to come and work. She was a single mother, and she put us to work right away.
Okay, so I know your expansion went Woodridge, Bolingbrook, Plainfield.
Correct.
Because that's kind of how the evolution of where people were moving. So you kind of like brought the food to where people were living so they wouldn't have to drive as far. When did your mom buy the one in Woodridge?
So that was in 1985, many, many years ago. And then we've had Bolingbrook now for almost 25 years, and now Plainfield for almost 15.
Tell us a little bit about your love connection here at the diner.
So this is a family business, and my husband of 20 years, he started working in Woodridge when he was about 18. It was just all business, all work. Fast forward a decade later, he asked me out on a first date, and it was history after that.
And now they have a teenage son who dips in and out. He's busy, he's in college, so he's kind of at that same stage where you were.
Correct. I mean, it truly is a family-owned business.
The Nolan family. Catering by Christy started when?
We started that after we opened Bolingbrook. Kind of customers calling in, seeing could we make them pasta with the beef, can we make chicken? So it started out very small, and we just started adding onto the menu different items. So now it's expanded to all different sorts of things that we can do for almost any occasion.
Well, thank you for joining me on this episode of The American Dream. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
We'll see you next time.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show, produced from America's finest city, but shot in the heart of your neighborhoods. Don't forget positive media when the world really needs it. Follow us on social media at The American Dream TV. See you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American dream.